This is the client requirement. How do you build a Power BI report that defaults to the latest month when no selection is made, but still stays fully interactive? That is what the client wants, right? They want to see sales for a selected month versus previous month side by side cards. And if no selections are made, then they want to see the latest data rather than the blank cards, right? So let us try to solve this. Here is the final result. So if you notice on the top, you have a year month slicer. And if nothing is selected, the cards are showing our most recent data. They're not showing blanks. So if I randomly select any value in the slicer, the cards update instantly to show the data accordingly. So as per the client requirement, we have added two cards side by side. So when I clear the slicer, the smart default kicks back in, ensuring the user always sees the most relevant information the moment they open the report. So that's what we have wanted to show. So to make this work, we need an anchor. So we want to look at the first measure. This is the brain of the report, and I'm naming this as a target date. So I've already created the measure. I just wanted to show you step by step. So we want to identify the user's choice versus data's endpoint. And we can achieve that by using SELECTEDVALUE function for the slicer and max for the fallback. So this way, it ensures that the selected month card always has a value to reference, right? So we have two variables. The first one is selected, and we have a selected value, and I've passed the date column from the calendar table. And for the second variable, latest equal to max of the order date from the main table, 100K sales records. And in the return, I have used if statement. And I said, hey, if is blank, I've used the is blank function, and I've passed the selected variable there. I'll say that, hey, if this is blank, then give me latest. Otherwise, give me selected. So the whole idea is that this target date will work as a brain. And whenever the user is not making any selections, this will be kind of an anchor for us. And this will help us to achieve the functionality. So now that we have understood, let us try to look at the second measure, which is again sales selected month. Now we calculate the revenue for the target month. So the trick here is bypassing the slicer's rigid filter context, right? So this is the name of the measure, sales selected month. And we want to calculate revenue for the anchor month. So the first variable, the target, is equal to target date. That is a measure which we have just created. And in the return, I'm using calculate. And for the expression is total revenue. And we want to use remove filters function here. So this will allow the measure to look at the latest data, even if the slicer doesn't have the month selected. That is helping us, right? Remove filters function. And this is how it is working. It is refiltering the calendar by the year and month of our variable. And we have other two filter conditions. So this is what is the second measure is all about. And for the final measure, which is nothing but sales previous month, and we are using a comparison card, and we are using sales previous month as the name of the function, and we kind of get the same exact logic as in the previous example, but the shift is the timeline is we are using the EDATE function to shift the timeline back. So as you can see in the second variable, we are using the EDATE function, and as shown, this is the function. And in the return, we are using calculate, and we are passing revenue, total revenue for the expression, and we are using the same logic as we have used in the previous example. So our measures are ready, and the three measures, take a moment to look at the measures. And now that we have done this, we have to look at the final report. And with the measures in place, the cards are perfectly synced, right? But as any good analyst knows, we need to verify these numbers. So let's jump over to a table for a quick sanity check. So as you can see in this table, we have year month and also the total revenue. And year month, I've sorted that in descending order. And whenever the slicer is clear, our selected card matches the top row, and our previous card matches the row below it. As I toggle the slicer, you can see the table and the cards move in perfect harmony. It's a foolproof way to ensure your client is always looking at the right data. So in a short time, we have achieved and we have solved the client's problem, and we have given the deliverable. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.